I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.
There are going to be a lot of people after these fires, once the smoke clears, that are going to need a cosigner to rent somewhere to live. If you don't have a friend or a family member who's willing to do so, please reach out to our sponsor, co-signing.com, to be matched with a cosigner today. And this is for property rentals, not purchases. So news that has been coming out that I've been getting reports about all actually for the past few days. We're just going to barely report on it now. Breaking news: Los Angeles was hit by a massive cyber attack targeting smart meters on residential homes. This is likely the cause of the LA fires. This makes perfect sense. We have been warned about this. If you were paying attention, you would have seen the signs. I will go ahead and play some of these warnings for you ahead of time. I'll connect some of the dots. We'll try to keep this video as brief as possible, so that way it's easier to share on social media because it'll be under 15 minutes. So that way it's not a long form video. Let's start with the man who initially made the threat and told us that this was coming. The man who is in charge of the organization, the World Economic Forum, that we are currently at war with today in the United States, that we're pulling out of, actually, Mr. Klaus Schwab.
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison.
What he's saying is already proven true. The COVID scamdemic seems like nothing, seems like child's play compared to entire neighborhoods, entire cities being wiped out with fires out of nowhere. Every year we have fires in Los Angeles. Every single year there's brush fires with high winds. Never are you seeing this type of devastation. He's correct.
A major cyber attack. To use the COVID-19 crisis as a timely opportunity to reflect on the lessons cybersecurity community can draw and improve our preparedness for a potential cyber
pandemic. So let's go ahead and, well, first things first, this has been something, this is not new. This has been an issue with the vulnerabilities of smart meters for 8 to 12 years. Now there have been reports of these things exploding. Now they put them all on a network. They can be hacked. So these are some of the videos. We'll play one here.
They own the meter, and that's it. Everything else is the responsibility of the homeowner.
That was surprising information to hear for one Ontario homeowner after coming home to find this.
Saw the meters fully engulfed in flames when I came in.
Luckily, Kevin got home just in time and was able to.
Luckily, Kevin also has a brick house.
Put out the fire. This is all that remains of the box now, and this right here is the meter that was attached that he thinks may have caused the fire.
So everything inside the house until this point is working fine. There was nothing other than where the meter is.
His concern.
This video is from 8 years ago. Next video. Lawsuit claims faulty PG&E smart meters started house fires, plural, not singular. This video is from 7 years ago.
It's a troubling cause of fires like this one, and it's not carelessness or negligence. They blame a device attached to thousands of homes, which is supposed to make tracking your energy usage easy.
Does this scene look familiar? Ring any bells? This is 7 years ago.
For PG&E. 10 million homes in Central and Northern California have smart meters calculating electric bills.
the smart meters were forced onto you and your properties, you were not given an option to opt out of having a smart meter without paying thousands of dollars to have a smart meter installed far away from your property towards the street. People did not want these attached to their home because they are, for one thing, they emit radiation. There's already an exposure issue where people are complaining about it. For two, you don't really know how it works, and it's in control of your utilities. So if it goes, it's attached to your gas. It's rating how much power your home is using, not just monitoring it. It disperses it as well. So if this goes and it's open, it's a continuous fire. Why have we not seen the fires be able to get put out in Los Angeles? Something's fueling them. And now we finally know, and it's being underreported.
In an Action News special assignment tonight, anchor Corin Hogren investigated some fiery complaints about the device in Fresno County.
It can happen in a flash. Fiery videos posted to YouTube by several homeowners show fires they blame on smart meter.
Look familiar? Anybody recognize anything?
Jose Valdez doesn't have a video of the fire at his Fireball home in September 2015, but he thinks this is basically what happened. The fire spread across his driveway and back towards the bedrooms in his home.
It was pretty scary. I mean, I have two little girls, a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old at the time. So they were all scared.
Valdez and his family ran out, and by that time, firefighters had already started pouring water on the house. He noticed several PG&E employees got there almost as quickly. He says one of them removed the smart meter while the firefighters worked. Fireball's fire chief saw it too. He says he'd never seen that before, but he thinks he knows why they may have wanted the device.
They've put in tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of these smart meters in every single property in all the affected areas of Los Angeles. These smart meters are all on one network. That means that they can be remotely detonated from a different location, and you will have no idea what's going on. It seems as if whoever is in control of this is timing these explosions to be at times when there's high winds and certain conditions, so that way you can misdirect the suspicion on what's the cause behind these events.
Investigation after the fire was put out revealed that in all probability the fire was caused by a problem in the electrical panel, and that problem in the electrical panel, in my belief, was the smart meter that was installed in the panel by PG&E.
Dozens of people have blamed smart meters for fires over the last several years, and the issue has been a topic of discussion for the California Public Utilities Commission. But in 2014, a report from the CPUC acknowledging concern about smart meters as the possible cause for some fires said the commission staff determined none of the fires they examined were caused by smart meters.
Sure they weren't. Now, there's articles also dating back, 8-9 years. This is from the Register. Hackers could turn your smart meter into a bomb and blow your family to smithereens, is the new claim. Smart meters are dangerously insecure, according to researcher Nathaniel Rubin, which claimed the gear uses weak encryption and relies on easily pawned protocols and can be programmed to explode. The software vulnerability hunter derided global efforts to roll out the meters as reckless, saying the dangerous devices are a risk to all connected smart home devices. They can pick and choose when they want to completely eviscerate neighborhoods. And we let them build this technology around us. The fact that nobody's suspecting this and no one's speaking about it says volumes to me. Teslas are also on a singular network that could be hacked, literally with the right worm, like the one they use in Iran against the centrifuges. They could get every single Tesla to explode all at the same time and get their batteries to just overload. Whoever says that's impossible is lying to you, because anything is possible. The Iranians thought that nobody could hack their nuclear program and get all their centrifuges to blow at once, and they could. The people in Lebanon thought that nobody could get their mobile devices to explode all at the same time, but they could. These are networked, and they can be remotely detonated from another location. Also, there was some anomalies that we found in California where they didn't make sense. And this is how you know that this was something to do with the meters.
It's through the metals in the wire, which causes resistive heating and ignites the adjacent objects. So yeah, when you see a house burn from the inside out, that's not normal. All right, and then we have another clip from this guy who is in Pasadena, actually, and he will say how his house, or at least his roof, was fireproof.
Any kind of build, remodel, anything, you know, the decision.
He had a fireproof roof. How does a fireproof roof burn and melt?
All the small details.
You talked about the roofing. What about the roof? You said it was fireproof. So do you question what happened?
How did it happen? Because the roof was tiled, unless the fire came from the site.
Where are your smart meters located? What did this man say that it came from? The sides. Where strategically your smart meters are located on your home? Next to your power box, which is typically where? On the side. Outside your home, where it could be an access by utility companies when they need to come out and know how much to bill you.
Yep. And
Car.
yeah. So we also have a clip of his car. I'm going to show that now. You can see that the front passenger rim has melted, and it's flown about 4 feet there. And so that's at least 1,200 degrees. And the glass also appears to have been melted out of the car. I'm going to show it one more time so you can get a good look. That's at least, 1,200 degrees for the rims and about 2,700 degrees for the windshield.
And what's different?
What they're telling you is that fire does get hot, but not everything burns to 1 billion degrees. And unless there's an accelerant, the temperature of wood and the materials that it caused that houses are made out of should not reach that high. They never do any other time. But now all of a sudden, one thing, if you're watching these videos closely when they're going through these neighborhoods to look at the fire damage, is you're going to notice that these houses are burning extremely hard. These houses are burning.
Right now, we're not seeing the trees move.
They're just burning out of control, as if there's something fueling the flames. This is not necessarily all from brush, especially when it's a house. Typically, a house would catch on fire, it would burn out. These houses, you can tell it's something fueling the flames, and it is the gas coming from the smart meters. That's where the fuel for these flames is coming from. That's why they're going up and they're just continuously burning, and you can't really put them out. Not to mention, even if the fire hydrants had water, they had to drain the hydrants, because if they would have used water and they would have noticed that the fires aren't going out, you would have specifically seen what the source of the fire was, where it was coming from, and they could not do that. So they had to take the water out of the hoses. People don't understand this whole Agenda 2030 is coming. When you look at a map of the affected areas in Los Angeles, these are the areas where they do not want people to live. They don't want you on the coast. They don't want you in the country area. They want you in the 15-minute city. If you're right here in Los Angeles, anywhere you need to go is 15 minutes away. They don't want people living everywhere. They want to make a lot of this as eminent domain, where the state controls it, and they lease it back to only the elites and certain people if they do it for them. They want the rest of us in these cities. Now that your home is lost in a fire with no insurance, you're going to have to either move to the 15-minute city of Los Angeles, or you're going to have to leave the state. There won't be any option there won't be the option for rural living anymore pretty soon. That is also a part of the sustainability goals of the Agenda 2030 through the World Economic Forum. So this is just a short video explaining what's been going on, and this is somebody else to give more context.
Los Angeles is one of the cities with the heaviest traffic. Who told me in 2030 Los Angeles will be private car-driven free, and this will allow to transform highways into parks. And Los Angeles is one of the cities with the heaviest traffic. Who told me in 2030 Los Angeles will be private car-driven.
If you're like me and you're from Los Angeles, if you live in Los Angeles, Did you know that by 2030, Los Angeles is supposed to be private car free? Did you know that the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab are making plans for you and your life and your home without your consent or even your input at all? Now you do. I make these videos to show you what to expect so you can see what's coming. I do the research and I just share it with you as I go. Follow the Safe and Effective Podcast on Instagram, Safe and Effective Podcast on YouTube. And if you want to see these videos, I share them on the Safe and Effective Podcast on X as well as Rumble. A lot of my infrastructure is based on Rumble. We love Rumble. We love Parallel Economy. So please follow me on there. This is a new page, the Safe and Effective Podcast. I need more subscribers. Once we get to 50, that means I pretty much made it. And we're just gonna pop champagnes. Just me and my 50 followers or my 50 subscribers. We're just gonna retire, and try to just stay away from some of these places in California. We're gonna do that together. But for more information and more updates, follow those pages. I will try to link them below. Please try to make arrangements and make plans. They're not going. Don't listen to these people. Don't listen to these fire victims. Don't listen to these Californians at all. If anyone in Cap, don't listen to them. They will not be rebuilding those homes. Their insurance won't cover it. And even if they did cover it, that land is going to be eminent domain. There will be fencing going up to block off those entire neighborhoods within the next 2 weeks. There is no returning to these properties. There will be no rebuilding because that would just be, that would directly contradict the efforts that it took to burn them down in the first place if they let you go back. So it wouldn't make any sense. This is all to push you into the city or to push you into another state and then to another state's 15-minute city. But it seems like as of now, only the West Coast and the state of New York are only in the chokehold by the World Economic Forum. We've lost California, Oregon, Washington State. We've lost Michigan. We've lost Illinois. And we've lost, I would say, Virginia, not West Virginia, Virginia and Washington, D.C., of course, and the state of New York City, but not the state. The rest of the country is, if you're not in Tennessee, Florida, Texas, or Oklahoma, then you're in trouble. So now you know what to expect. Follow those pages. I'll be back on a little bit later for the next video. Thank you. And remember, fuck Klaus Schwab, fuck the World Economic Forum, fuck the World Health Organization. After these videos I'm showing you, now you understand why I say that when I end all of my videos. Tune in for the next one. Thank you.
I've been looking for an apartment, but I have horrible credit. Cosigning.com helps you get a cosigner that helps you out to get your dream apartment. Don't let your horrible credit get you down. Cosigning.com has changed the game. I got a cosigner quick and easy. I couldn't have asked for a better service.